All right, we live, we live, we live. What's good? What's good, champ? What's good? What's goody? What's goody? Chat. All right, let's get it. Why you say hi to yourself? I was trying to change something on my trying to put the comments on the screen right quick. So I had the comment so I can crop it out. But for some reason it's not working on here. Why is it doing that? Oh, you know what? Probably because I gotta make it bigger. That's probably why. Let's see. I didn't know I was gonna actually have to change this every single time I do this shit, bro. Oh, I know what I gotta do. So yeah, there we go. All right, so far today we done had a couple trades. I'll be talking about all of the trades, guys, going up into the trade deadline in about 2 hours. We got about 2 hours left now. So we will be talking about all of those. So yeah, man. So how y'all feel about the trades that done went down so far? What's good though, Dark Man? What's good, bro? Let's see. So basically, we got another Austin Reeves. Um, nah, bro. I wouldn't say the Lakers got another Austin Reeves. Luke Kennard isn't like a player like Austin Reeves. He's more of a catch and shoot movement shooter, like a Kyle Korver or some type of shooter like that, like along those lines, like a catch and shoot, like a knockdown 3-point shooter. He's more known to be a shooter than like an actual overall good player like Austin is. Like Austin is a type of player that can go to the rim. He can draw contact, get to the free throw line. He can shoot the three. He can score from the mid range. He can score in the pick and roll. Like Luke Kennard isn't doing that. Luke Kennard is more of a spot up 3-point shooter, come off screens. And he does that at a high rate. And you getting Luke Kennard and replacing him with Gabe Vincent, who was absolutely terrible for the Lakers all season. Um, that's a win. And then on top of that, you save about 500K as well. So if you do want to sign a player from the buyout market, a player that gets bought out over the next week or so, a week, 2 weeks or whatever, you possibly can do that as well. But I do hope that the Lakers do make one more move for a defensive-minded player. Hopefully they use some of their expiring contracts and like Dalton Connect, and get like an Andrew Wiggins or something like that. I think that would be something that could happen. But they have 2 hours. So they have 2 hours. And if they don't do anything, I think that'd be definitely not a needle mover for this season. Luke Kennard is a good upgrade over Gabe Vincent for this roster, but he's not a needle mover. It's not like he's gonna make us go from being a good playoff contending team to like a championship contending team. He's not gonna do that, but he definitely does help this team. And you definitely want to make the right moves to go in the right direction. And I feel like this is one of those, but I just don't feel like it's gonna do anything when it comes to us winning the championship. You said they been cool. What you mean by that? So let's talk about Giannis for a second, chat. So supposedly Giannis is not getting traded. And the Milwaukee Bucks are gonna wait until the summer to trade him. So Giannis is not getting traded this offseason. I mean, this deadline, and they are going to move him at this summer. So the Lakers actually might have a chance at Giannis, because that's been the talk all along from multiple reporters. If Giannis doesn't get traded at the deadline, he could force his way out, and he could tell the Milwaukee Bucks like his preferred destination, kind of like what Anthony Davis did. And then the Lakers would have to trade like what they have available. Now they will have a couple more picks available this summer. They only have 1 first-round pick right now. And if they were to use that today for the deadline somehow, then you would only have 2 first-round picks to start for the start of the summer. So I'm definitely gonna be looking at my phone a lot, chat, because obviously wanting to see what's going on around the league and stuff like that. But as of right now, guys, like, I don't really think the Lakers are going to make another move, unfortunately. Like, if they do, I'll be surprised. I mean, it's 2 hours left, so maybe they will. And maybe the Luke Kennard trade was like one of the first things that they were going to do once probably teams figured out about Giannis. And I think it was a good move, but I hope they do something else. If the Lakers don't make any moves, I definitely think they moving on from Bron. I mean, that's a possibility. Yeah, that definitely could happen. I mean, hold on, let me fix this, bro, because this is not. Okay, there we go. So yeah, they definitely could. And as y'all coming into the stream, guys, y'all be sure to drop a like on the stream because it pushes the stream out to more people. So yeah, y'all be sure to drop a like on the stream as y'all coming in. But yeah, guys, like, when it comes to LeBron, bro, like, if the Lakers are gonna be trying to do something to get Giannis this offseason, I can see LeBron staying with the Lakers because Bronny is here. I think he wants to retire in LA. I don't necessarily think he wants to go back to Cleveland. If the Lakers were to somehow get Giannis this offseason, LeBron definitely would take a pay cut and come back to the Lakers. I don't see why you would go to the Cavaliers over playing with Luka and Giannis. And Austin Reeves possibly, but I don't think that you keep Austin Reeves if you do trade for Giannis. But it's a tricky situation. I don't think the Lakers are going to get Giannis by any means because Austin Reeves would have to be probably involved in that deal in order for Milwaukee to be anywhere near interested this summer, right? It would have to be Austin Reeves being involved. Austin Reeves has the opportunity to go to another team this offseason. He doesn't necessarily have to stay with the Bucks. He's going to be a free agent. So I don't know how the Lakers are going to get Giannis this offseason. I just don't see it happening. What do you think of the Lakers trading for Kennard? I just talked about it just a second ago, bro. But overall, I think it's a great move for the team. And let me see. Yeah, overall, I think this is a good move for us as the Lakers because, like I said earlier, oh, so it's been okay. Yeah, like I said earlier, like, you get off Gabe Vincent, you save a little bit more money as well because Gabe was on, like, he made a little bit more money than Kennard. You save like $500K. So that'll help you when it comes to signing a player on the buyout market possibly. So that helps. And then on top of that, Luke Kennard is an expiring contract. Now, I don't want to lose Luke Kennard. Like, I think Luke Kennard is a player that you need to try to keep. Hopefully you can try to sign him to an extension on like a smaller deal. like that don't break the bank or anything like that. But I do think that this is a good move. Now, is this a needle moving move that like, oh my God, the Lakers are about to go win a championship? No, of course not. But you still get he's the best shooter in the league this season. Luke Kennard has been the best 3-point shooter in the league this season. He's the number one percentage wise. He's the number one 3-point shooter in the entire NBA. He's shooting almost 50% from three. And people were saying that he only likes to shoot open shots. Bro, he's going to get a ton of open shots on his team. So Rui gets a ton of open shots. Jake LaRavia, Marcus Smart, all these guys get so many open shots because of all the gravity that Luka, LeBron, and Austin Reeves attracts. So he's going to get plenty of wide open shots. I hope that they can figure out ways to get him a higher volume of 3-point shots, but it's not like he can't knock down a high volume of 3-point shots. He's been like a top 5 to top 7 shooter in the NBA over the last couple of years. So I do like the move overall. And you get off Gabe Vincent as well. We all know how bad Gabe Vincent was. I said it multiple times in the past couple live streams and the past couple videos. If the Lakers do not get off of Gabe Vincent before the NBA trade deadline and he's still in the rotation after that, I just don't see what they're trying to do. The only reason why I think Gabe was in the rotation was because of they were trying to boost his trade value, or like allow other teams to see what he's capable of. I don't really think it would have mattered that much, but that's the only logic I had in my mind. But now that they got off him, I think that's a win as well. You think the Lakers are making another move? I hope so, bro. I hope so. Y'all needed defense, bro. The Lakers just don't need defense. The Lakers have one of the worst scoring benches in the entire league. The Lakers don't just need defense. The Lakers needed shot making, they needed 3-point shooting, and they needed two-way players that can play defense. They needed both. But you get Luke Kennard, the best 3-point shooter in the league this season. I'm not going to be mad at that because Gabe Vincent, he might be a little bit of a better defender than Luke Kennard, but he's smaller than Luke Kennard, and he was getting cooked the entire season. So that didn't matter to a certain extent. Then on top of that, you can surround Luke Kennard in the lineups that have our best defensive players, like LaRavia, Smart, Vanderbilt. You can have him out there with that second unit that runs at the beginning of the second quarter with LeBron and the Banshee lineup that JJ likes to call it. You can have him out there with that group, and you have better defenders while you still have your best 3-point shooter now. Or you can have Rui Hachimura out there with him as well if Rui doesn't get traded. So, yeah. We need 3-and-D players. Not just a 3-point sniper without much defense. Yeah, bro. Like I just said, like Luke Kennard is not a great defender, but like I said, you can surround him with your best defenders, and you can have a knockdown 3-point shooter on the other side of the ball. Like they've been able to make it somewhat with Gabe Vincent out there as well. You got to understand, like he's about to take Gabe Vincent's minutes. This guy's going to take Gabe Vincent's minutes. So I'm not saying this is like a world beater or a championship contending move, but at the same time, like you're about to replace Gabe Vincent with Luke Kennard, and the ability to shoot the 3 ball is going to draw so much attention. Or if they don't pay attention to him and they pay attention to LeBron and Austin or Luka, then he's going to be open. If you can find him open, most of the time he's going to knock down the shot. So yeah. Luke can be our Kyle Korver. Great point, bro. I completely agree. Fantastic point. I completely agree. I am new to the channel. What's up, man? Welcome to the channel, bro. Welcome to the channel, my guy. Hope you enjoy the stream. We are going to be doing this live stream chat all the way up until the NBA trade deadline. So we got about a couple hours left. Hopefully there are a couple more moves to be made for some of these teams. But oh, okay, hold up. Let's look at this right quick. So Dave McMenamin, which he reported yesterday that the Lakers were going to make some moves, but they were going to be smaller moves. He did say this yesterday. So he just said something that could be kind of valuable to us right now. The Lakers are still looking at several. Oh, let me make sure I'm on the right screen. Am I on the right screen? Yeah. The Lakers are looking at several around the margin options, enhance their roster with the last 2 hours until the deadline. Sources tell ESPN one major caveat to the pursuit, LA is steadfast in maintaining their projected $60 million in cap space this summer. So they can make that. I guess they're trying to make another marginal move or so, and that's fine. What are you trying to do though? Because like, for example, Jose Alvarado just went to the New York Knicks. He just got traded to the New York Knicks about an hour ago, 30 minutes ago, something like that. So if you can go get like a Sadiq Bey or if you can go do something like that, I mean, hey, I mean, I don't know how you do it though without any more second round picks. The Lakers have no more second round picks. They have one first round pick. Now they'll have more first round picks available to be traded or to be used this offseason, but they don't have any more picks but the first round pick. So I don't know how you get Saddiq Bey if you don't give up a second. Maybe you can figure out an avenue to get him. But maybe give up like Dalton Connect and another expiring contract and Maxi Kleber. Maybe the Pelicans will be a little bit more intrigued with that. But if they do make a smaller move, that's what I can kind of see happening like that. Like nobody's seen the Luke Kennard trade happening. Like Luke Kennard, when Buddy Hield got traded to the Hawks last night, it makes a little bit more sense for Luke Kennard to be traded now. But I still think Luke Kennard is a better shooter than Buddy Hield. At least this season, he's been a better shooter. So what's good, Sammy? Get Wiggins and Day'Ron Sharpe, call it a day. I mean, if they can do that, I mean, holy, bro. Like, they got less than 2 hours to do that. But if they do that, man, I mean, that's beyond a win. So, for sure. Saddiq Bey would be nice, but no picks. Yeah, exactly. We don't have any picks left. So, I don't know, bro. Giannis at the draft night. I just don't know how we get Giannis, though, bro. Like, I don't see what the Milwaukee Bucks will be willing to take back from us because they literally rejected every single first round pick. The Warriors supposedly offered like 3 or 4 unprotected first round picks. And they denied it. And I think they offered like Jonathan Kuminga and Draymond Green or something like that. It was a package somewhere along those lines. And the Warriors didn't want, the Lakers don't have that to offer. So if you don't sweeten the deal with a guy like Austin Reeves, who can probably be one of your franchise cornerstones, like, now, if Austin is involved, the Milwaukee Bucks will probably like that. But will Austin go to the Bucks and sign an extension? Because he's going to be a free agent this offseason. So will he do that? I don't know. Like, does Austin want to go play in Milwaukee? I think Austin wants to be a Laker. So I don't know. We'll see. Do the Lakers get picks from the Hawks for Gabe Vincent? No, they traded a second round pick to the Hawks with Gabe Vincent for Luke Kennard. They did not get back a pick. They did trade their only remaining second round pick to the Atlanta Hawks with Gabe Vincent and got back Luke Kennard. So no, to answer your question, bro, they do not get any picks from that. So, which is kind of questionable with the asset management. I don't really think, like, trade wise, it was a great trade, even though we do save a little bit more money. We save about $500,000, right? So you saving that money helps you out a little bit when it comes to signing guys off the buyout market. So that helps a little bit, but at the same time, like, I think I would probably rather have kept that second round pick and use that in another deal. But like I said, Luke Kennard is an upgrade over Gabe Vincent. You upgraded an expiring contract of Gabe Vincent, who was unplayable, who's not a good player for you this season, really not last season either. He had a couple of good games, up and down games. But for the contract that he was on, it was not consistent enough, right? So you did upgrade that spot, so to speak. So I guess that's a win in itself. Get Bey and Messi. Now people have been saying that Yves Messi is going to be traded to. I seen a report say the Chicago Bulls. I seen the Indiana Pacers pursuing him really, really hard as well. But that would definitely have to include a first round pick, at least one. If you're trying to get Messi and Bey, I don't see why the Pelicans would give those guys up for only not a first round pick included. It's also worth noting that Nikola Vučević trade, which was agreed upon 2 days ago, still hasn't been finalized. Yeah, that is weird. Celtics could reroute him for a cheaper big man to get under the tax, but the minimum dumps route would be ideal. Yeah, the Nikola Vučević trade has not been finalized yet, chat. So, okay, this is an interesting graphic. This is an interesting graphic right here. Let me see if I can pull this up right quick. I bookmarked it. Let me see. Will Kennard come off the bench? Yeah, I think he will. I think he'll come off the bench. I think Luke Kennard will come off the bench, and we'll see. Let me see. Let me try to put this on this screen. All right, let's fix it a little bit. Oh, guess we'll just leave that there. Okay. All right, let's pull this graphic up right quick, chat. I want y'all to see this graphic with Luke Kennard. Let me see. Let me refresh this right quick. But yeah, guys, Luke Kennard is definitely a positive for the team this season. I just don't know if, well, I don't know why my computer is going so slow. Oh, it's because it's downloading the update for Call of Duty. That's why. I don't know why exactly. But see, this is one of the things that I like to see, because let me go into the chat right quick. Andy, why you say damn for? LOL, we're going to draft them Caleb Wilson. They're gonna need a three team or another team to help the Lakers. Yeah, if they're trying to get Sadiq Bey or something like that, hopefully we can still get Herb Jones today. Bro, like Herb Jones, 4 first-round picks for Herb Jones is too much, bro. Like Herb is not, he's not that. Now 4 first-round picks for Trey Murphy, I understand that. Trey Murphy had a game last night where he hit 12 threes against the Milwaukee Bucks. And it wasn't like they were just all open either. Like he was pulling these threes from like 2 feet behind the 3-point line. Like he was like out there cooking last night. He had a 40 ball last night. He's had multiple 30-point games. I think he had multiple 40-point games this season. He lit up the Lakers earlier this year as well. I can see why they would want multiple or 4 first-round picks for Trey Murphy, but I don't understand 4 first-round picks, even 3 first-round picks for Herb Jones. That's too many first-round picks. He's not polished enough offensively to give up 3-4 first-round picks. That's too much. Yeah, chat, y'all be sure to hit that like button as y'all coming in, guys. Y'all be sure to hit that like button. And subscribe to the channel if y'all are new, guys. Y'all subscribe to the channel if y'all are new. Let's go ahead and pin this right quick. But how y'all feel about the Luke Kennard trade? Chat. Let me see. How do y'all feel about the Luke Kennard trade, chat? How y'all feel about it? Yeah, how y'all feel about the Luke Kennard trade? But let's talk about this graphic on screen right quick, because this is something actually that matters to me. So when Trae Young was on the court this season with Luke Kennard, their numbers were great offensively, and they weren't as bad defensively either. These two guys are both not good defenders, but when Trae Young was when Luke Kennard was on the court with another elite playmaker, it made a difference for their team. So he's going to be on the court at all times with good playmakers. LeBron, Austin, Luka, all of these guys are great playmakers. Obviously, Luka and LeBron, I think, are better playmakers, but Austin Reeves is still a good playmaker, and he's going to be on the court at all times. Every single time he's on the court, he's going to be on the court with an elite playmaker. So I think that definitely can help our team. I really do. And even this season, I don't know how, but the Hawks were better defensively on the court. I mean, they were better defensively so far this season when Luke Kennard has been on the court as well. So we need to get Lonzo Ball a buyout. We need to get Lonzo Ball. Is this showing up right? No, it's not. You said we need to get Lonzo off the buyout market and we need to trade Reeves and Dalton Connect. Reeves isn't a $40 million player. Who said that Austin Reeves was wanting $40 million though, bro? Like, just because you are a max contract player, that does not necessarily mean you're going to be like a first tier max, or like paid alongside like some of the guys that, like the highest paid max players in the league. Like there's different tiers to like being a max contract player. There's different tiers to the max contracts, right? So Austin Reeves has not been an all-star. So he won't be able to be eligible to get like that super max type of contract. Austin might not even want $40 million a year. He might not even want that. So we don't know exactly how much he wants. We just have to wait and see. Now, obviously, he deserves a max contract, but he can get, right now he's on like a $13 million, $14 million deal. So the fact that the Lakers are still struggling to make like good roster moves, or like have a championship contending roster when Austin Reeves is on a $14 million contract is bad. And it's kind of like scary when he gets on a higher contract if he stays to play for the Lakers. But maybe he'll want $30 million. He might just want 30, which I think he's worth $30 million. There's guys in the league right now like Emmanuel Quickley that's making around that amount of money. And I think that Austin Reeves is better than Emmanuel Quickley. Like there's guys in the league right now that make that type of money that Austin Reeves is better than him right now. So I can see why he would want that amount of money. Give me Trey. Trey who? You talking about Trey Young? Let's go right here, right quick. I'm trying to go. Okay, here we go. Is there a possibility we can get Wiggins? Yeah, it's a possibility we can get Wiggins. It's definitely a possibility. We just have to wait and see what the Miami Heat asking price is, but it's definitely a possibility. For sure. Definitely a possibility. Oh, yeah. I mean, if the Lakers were to somehow get Trey, I mean, that's a championship move. But we don't have the assets to get him. Unless there's like a multi-team trade that goes down within like the next hour and a half. Like, the Lakers don't have the assets to get Trey Murphy, bro. The Pelicans are going to want the house for Trey Murphy. And understandably so. I doubt they even trade him. I wouldn't trade him. If I'm the Pelicans, I would not trade Trey Murphy. He has like superstar potential. And within the next couple of seasons, he might be able to obtain that. Like, he's shown flashes this year and even last year too that he can be a superstar. Like, not just a star, he can be a superstar. So I wouldn't be willing to trade that, to be honest. I wouldn't, unless you offering like a Giannis or a Jokic or something like that. I would not include Trey Murphy in any deals, me personally. Love Sport, what's good, bro? I hit the like button and subscribed. I appreciate that, bro. Thank you so much, man. I appreciate that. And I'll have a Luke Kennard video out later on, like a more in-depth video on Luke Kennard later on today. But obviously, I wanted to do the NBA trade deadline and stuff like that. I wanted to make sure that I am live and we are covering all the moves right before the deadline. So hopefully the Lakers can make another move, chat. Hopefully they make another move or two, or like, you know, like a smaller deal for like two different like role players that can be actual rotational players. But hopefully, definitely for sure that they can get off of Maxi Kleber's contract and they don't just let him like. Hopefully they can use his contract or his expiring contract to get something. And maybe even involve Dalton Connect. Hopefully they can dangle that around somewhere and get something usable for those contracts and those players, because that would be a pretty good deadline. It wouldn't be like a home run hit deadline. Like getting Ayo Dosunmu would have been a home run hit in my opinion. Like if you was able to get like an Ayo Dosunmu and a Luke Kennard, I think that would have been a pretty good deadline. But obviously you didn't have the second round picks to get Ayo Dosunmu. He went to the Minnesota Timberwolves, who are a playoff team right now, and they literally upgraded a spot that they needed to be upgraded, and they didn't lose any rotational players. They didn't lose none. Now, the Luke Kennard trade was good for the Lakers, but if you ask me which trade was better, it's clearly Ayo Dosunmu going to the Timberwolves, because he's a two-way player. They can score the ball, they can pick and roll. He possibly can start for them. If they really want a point guard that can handle the ball and be another ball handler, but most likely he'll come off the bench and Dante DiVincenzo will continue starting. But Ayo Dosunmu is so good, bro. And he is going to be very important for their team. So, Luke Kennard is a steal. Yeah, I think Luke Kennard is a very good player. I think he's a very good player. I think he's a very good three-point shooter. He's a very good shooter. And he really does add an element to our team that we didn't have. We didn't have a movement shooter. It was supposed to be Dalton Connect, but Dalton Connect hasn't worked out so far for the Lakers. So, but yeah, I think that Luke Kennard is definitely a good pickup. I think it's a solid steal. I think it's solid still need a wing. I want Lakers to go for Saddiq Bey. Me too, bro. He was hooping last night. Saddiq Bey was hooping last night, and he was playing good last night. So, I mean, he's been playing good like the last, 15 games, 12, 15 games, 10, 15 games, something like that. He's been playing lights out, man, and really showing what he's capable. He's had a couple 30-point games. He's had multiple games where he's hit 4+ threes. He can rebound the ball pretty well. He's not a bad defender too. I've been watching him the last couple games. Now, is he like a lockdown defender that you want going to guard like a Giannis or Kevin Durant or Anthony Edwards? No, of course not. But is he capable of staying in front of the ball and using that big body, big frame to stay in front of people? 100%. He can move his feet pretty well. So, he's not a bad defender. Like me watching the eye test shows he's not a bad defender. So now Luke Kennard, we got to see how he gonna defend on this team, but a guy like Saddiq Bey, he would be a phenomenal pickup for sure. Yeah, I don't think necessarily that Porzingis is available, Sport. I don't think he's available, man. And again, chat, I will be looking at my phone a lot, guys, because I'm trying to, obviously the deadline is today, so within the next couple hours, so obviously I'm going to be looking at my phone a lot. Jose Alvarado to the Knicks was pretty good, though. Yeah, he a two-way player. Yeah, he's a player that you can get, he can start. Like, he's a player that you can get and he can start. Let me ask y'all this question, though, Lakers fans. If the Lakers don't make another trade for a starting caliber 3 or 4 that can interchange with LeBron and be in the starting lineup, if they don't make another trade for a guy that's capable of starting like a Saddiq Bey or Andrew Wiggins, who would be the starting 5 since Austin Reeves is back now? And in y'all's opinions, who would be in the starting 5 since Austin Reeves is back now? Because I really wouldn't mind having Jared Vanderbilt in the starting lineup now that Austin Reeves is back, but I think it's probably going to be Marcus Smart, which I wouldn't mind that either. And Marcus would have to worry more about, obviously he can bring the ball up at times, but now that you will have Austin Reeves and Luka Doncic in the starting lineup again. Now, I don't know if Austin's going to start tonight. He still might be on a minutes restriction, but I think he probably will start tonight because he did start the second half against the Brooklyn Nets in last game. So I wouldn't mind Jared Vanderbilt being in the starting lineup now that you have all 3 of your ball handlers back and all 3 of your play initiators back. And Jared Vanderbilt can kind of be that point of attack defender that goes out there and be that Swiss Army knife that can offensive rebound, has the bigger body that can rebound in general, that can kind of block shots and obviously get in the passing lanes and stuff like that. So I don't know if I would continue to start. I would rather start Marcus Smart over Jake LaRavia, bro. I like Jake LaRavia, but I think I still would rather start Marcus, though, because I just think that Marcus is a better defender than Jake. I just think he has more of that dog in him that other teams fear just a little bit more. Then on top of that, his positional defense is crazy when it comes to setting charges. He leads the NBA in charges set. So I just think that having that defensive versatility of Marcus Smart or Jared Vanderbilt will be a little bit better. Yeah, that's why I was saying earlier, bro. I don't think that Michael Porter Jr. is available for the Warriors, or just available in general. I don't think that Michael Porter is available. Yeah, I don't think he is available, and I do not think he's going to get traded at this deadline. So maybe like a couple weeks ago, it was a possibility that he could be traded, but I don't think that he's going to get traded now. So yeah, I don't see that happening. I want Vando to start, but JJ might start Smart or Rui. Yeah, hopefully he don't start Rui, because I think Rui needs to continue to come off the bench. I think that we'll be better off having Vanderbilt or Smart in the starting lineup. And when I made a video about this, Lakers are a team to monitor for Cam Thomas. Now I can see this happening, chat. I can see this happening because Cam Thomas was not even with the team yesterday before their game today. They're playing against the Orlando Magic. I don't know if they're playing at home or I don't know if they're playing on the road. But he was not. See, they're playing on the road, so he was not traveling with the team yesterday. Now I can see this happening because Cam Thomas but he isn't maybe if you were to trade for Cam Thomas, you would have like a throw in like a Zaire Williams or something like that. Maybe Zaire Williams would be involved in the trade or something. But are we done with trades for sure? I don't know. According to Ari report, he definitely has sources. According to him, Cam Thomas the Lakers are a team to monitor for Cam Thomas. So I can definitely see them trying to go after a guy like Cam Thomas. I don't think Cam Thomas will cost that much either. His value for the Nets has diminished. And he can kind of have like that Jaren McCain kind of impact on the team, because I think the Thunder got a steal with Jaren McCain, by the way, chat. The OKC Thunder getting Jaren McCain from the 76ers, and they gave up a first round pick to get him. We seen last year how good he was with the Sixers before he got injured, and I think he can provide that same type of value for the Sixers. I don't know what it is. I mean, for the Thunder, I don't know what it is with the Nets and Cam Thomas, but Cam Thomas is a very good scorer. He's a very good scorer. He can put the ball in the basket at a high rate. And if you can have that type of shot making and shot creation off your bench would be crazy for now and in the future. So I definitely can see the Lakers trying to target him. The Lakers don't need no more guards. I mean, they did just lose a guard. They did just lose another ball handler in Gabe Vincent. So you definitely can use another guard. They definitely can. I think if they trade him, he wouldn't be a restricted free agent anymore. I'd love to get Cam Thomas. Me too, bro. I would like that move a lot. Now, me personally. Now, another thing we need to talk about, chat, is Haywood Highsmith. He got cut earlier by the Nets. So that's another indication that maybe the Nets know that they're about to make a move right before the deadline. Maybe they know they're about to do something, because they cut Haywood Highsmith about an hour and a half ago. So maybe they know that they're about to make a move some type of way. If you can get like a Cam Thomas and a Zaire Williams, or, you know, another one of those young wing players for your expiring contract, like a Maxi Kleber, and then you can give up like a Dalton Connect, because I don't think that the money would work in that type of deal, because Maxi Kleber's like on a $15 million contract, so you wouldn't have to really worry about it. And then you can throw in like a Dalton Connect and sweeten the deal. Maybe it's going to be a multi-team trade. So I seen something else that I just wanted to point out to you guys. Let's see. Here we go. Haywood Highsmith is drawing interest from several playoff teams. Highsmith is healthy, is playing 5-on-5, and was set to make his season debut on February 11th, following meniscus surgery. Okay, so this is actually pretty good. This is actually very good. So Haywood Highsmith is drawing interest from several playoff teams, but the fact that Mike Scotto said that he was playing 5-on-5 and he was set to make his debut, which is next week on the 11th. That is very important. That is a very big deal, because I think the biggest question mark with Haywood Highsmith was when was he going to return? When was he going to come back? But now he's going to be a free agent, and he can choose any team he wants to go to, and he's going to be ready to play next week. So if I'm the Lakers, I'm all over this type of move, because he is the type of player we need. We've talked about him in multiple videos. We talked about him in multiple trade scenarios if you were to make a deal with the Brooklyn Nets. So now that he is going to be ready to play, and he has not had injury issues for pretty much his whole career since he's been with Miami. So I don't know if he's going to be good for you this season, but he's definitely like a low risk, high reward kind of player if you sign him to like a vet minimum and he comes in and you can see what he can do. He brings the things that you need when it comes to perimeter defense, guarding at the point of attack, and three-point shooting. He definitely helps you out in that way. He's not, though. Justin Champagnie for Connect. Now you speaking my language. You speaking my language, bro. You definitely are speaking my language. I would love that type of move. I would 100% give up Dalton Connect and Maxi Kleber to get Justin Champagnie. Or something along those lines. Still like to get Zaire Williams and Darius Sharp. Yeah, I would too, bro. But if we I don't know if one of those guys are going to be included in the Cam Thomas deal. Let's see. Let's extend this a little bit more, bro, just to make sure. Did that mess this up? It did. Hold on. All right. Let's make this a little bit smaller. There we go. All right. I think we got a super chat. Hey, bro, I appreciate the $5 super chat, man. Thank you so much, Tony. Keep up the good work. Great info here. I appreciate that, man. Thank you so much. W's in the chat, man, for my guy, Tony Pelletieri. Appreciate the $5 super chat, man. Always showing love to the channel. Thank you so much, brother. If we can get Cam Thomas and Haywood Highsmith and Zaire, that's moving the needle. I don't necessarily know if that's moving the needle, so to speak. But I would say that definitely helps your chances. Because it depends on, is Haywood Highsmith healthy or how he's going to play. If you get the Haywood Highsmith that played for the Miami Heat the last couple seasons, that was able to, let's look at his stats right quick. That was able to, and chat, if y'all see a trade, y'all let me know. Because my phone is going off, but I don't know if it's actually a trade or not. So, okay. So, yeah. His stats for the last couple of seasons when he played with the Miami Heat, he was a good defender. He played 66 games a couple years ago. He played 74 last year. So, he, like I said, he hasn't really dealt with injuries since he's been with the Miami Heat. He played 54 the year before that, which is not bad, I guess. But 45% from the field, 46% from the field, 38% from three last year, and then 39% from three, almost 40% from three the year before. And this is on about 3 attempts a game as well. So obviously, it's not like a low volume of 3-point shooting. So, and obviously the best attribute about Haywood Highsmith is his 3-point shooting. So if you figure out a way to get Haywood Highsmith on this team and he's healthy, or he's playing like he did the last couple seasons with the Miami Heat, that's a steal because you would get him on a vet minimum because he's a free agent now. And you would be able to sign him. I would sign him for the rest of the season and see what he can come in and do. And if he's good, I sign him to a low bar, like low risk, high reward type of deal this offseason. If he's healthy, of course, you're right. I should put that. Yeah, bro. Because, if he's healthy, bro, like if he's giving you what he kind of gave the Miami Heat last season or the last couple. And this is like, chat, this is when he helped the Miami Heat go on a couple deep playoff runs. He was the starter on those teams. Now, I hope it's not like a Gabe Vincent situation to where, like, obviously, Gabe Vincent came over to the Lakers. He played those last couple seasons with the Miami Heat. He was good. And then he came over to the Lakers and he was nowhere near that type of player. So I hope it's not that scenario if the Lakers do sign Haywood Highsmith. But you still got to take a chance, especially if you don't make any more moves before the deadline. If you don't make any more moves before the deadline, you need to go after guys like Haywood Highsmith. And if another guy gets bought out that kind of like fits the same skill set as a Haywood Highsmith, you need to do that as well. So it is 1 hour and 20 minutes left. So it's 12:41. So we got about an hour and 20 minutes before the end of the trade deadline ends at 2 p.m. Central, 3 p.m. East. So we got about an hour and 20 minutes left before the deadline is over. But yeah. I can't confirm this. What you confirming? Okay, okay, this is not Lakers involved. The Lakers aren't involved with this, but I'm specifically talking about the Hawks. Not shocked about being traded at all. The Hawks were not a team Kuminga and his camp expected. Oh, okay. They're talking about Kuminga. So yeah, let me go back to this Ari report about Cam Thomas being the Lakers being a team to monitor for Cam Thomas. Let's see. Highsmith and Cam or Zaire would improve our bench. Yeah, and then I just think that the key now for our team needs to be defense, like a defensive minded player that can shoot the three. If you were to get like an Andrew Wiggins or a Sadiq Bey or something along those lines, I think that would be a pretty good move to make before the end of the trade deadline. And I think you will upgrade your roster to where, especially if you were to get those caliber players and you get off Maxi Kleber's contract and you didn't lose him for nothing. If you was able to actually trade those expiring contracts and maybe even Dalton Connect as well, give him a new start, give him a fresh start. And you can make a trade and get like a Sadiq Bey for Maxi Kleber and Dalton Connect. And you give the New Orleans Pelicans a buy low type of player like Dalton Connect that can possibly work out for your team. And you can help, he can be one of your cornerstones to build around like a Trey Murphy or something like that. And you get Sadiq Bey, who's on a $6 million contract. And, you know, he's a little bit older than what they probably want to be kind of building around right now. So I mean, they probably could keep him, or me personally, if I'm the Pelicans, I trade him. If I can get something back from him that's valuable, I trade him. That's what I would do. I would love Sadiq Bey, man. I mean, I've been talking about him a lot over the last couple months in all of the trade videos I done made the last couple months, and he's always been one of the main players I've talked about. Ayo Dosunmu was my dream trade target. I really wanted Ayo Dosunmu, but this team needs wing players like 6'7", 6'8", 6'6" at the lowest. Luke Kennard, he's 6'5", but he's not really what we need when it comes to like the wing position. But getting Luke Kennard for Gabe Vincent is still a good move because of the shooting. Oh, he's 26. Okay, my bad. So, yeah. So like that would fit with what you want when it comes to having cornerstone pieces around Reeves and Luka, right? So Sadiq Bey can be a part of your future. And he really hasn't had a steady home since he came into the league, but I think he's really having such a great season to where whatever team trades for him or whatever team he's on, they're going to want to keep him. So we'll see what they do. But, so yeah, Haywood Highsmith is supposed to come back next week. So that's actually that, like when they cut him, I was like, okay, like maybe the Lakers can go after him, but I didn't know for sure if he was going to be healthy. Amari Williams. Didn't know if he was going to be healthy, Chad. So the fact that he's going to be healthy and ready to return next week, that's actually pretty big. And I think a lot of teams are going to want to like trying to recruit him. So if the Lakers can figure out a way to get him, I think that'd be pretty good. I think that'd be pretty good, man. Nothing really going down right now. Over the last like hour, bro, nothing's really went down. It's been a couple things when it comes to rumors and things of that nature, but nothing really official that you would think to be like, it's only an hour left before the deadline, bro. You would think that some of these other teams would make some moves, but nothing really is going on right now. So it's kind of surprising. Let me make sure. So we got an hour and 15 minutes until the NBA trade deadline. So we got about an hour and 15 minutes. Utah has definitely won the trade deadline so far. Utah? Utah? Maybe they have, bro. Maybe they have. I think it's rather Utah I like what Charlotte did. I really like what Charlotte did in going to get Coby White. And because I think he's a better player than Colin Sexton. I think that he is a better passer. I think he's a better shooter. And I just think he's a better overall player than Colin Sexton. I really like Coby White with the Charlotte Hornets. And they have a group to where, bro, it just seems like they're getting so much better. And him being a part of that offense and with that team and with that core, I just think that that's going to be very good. Like, they're heading in the right direction, and having Coby White on that team is definitely going to help. Coby is a type of player that can definitely average 18, 19 points a game easily. He can be like a 6 man of the year kind of player. And if he comes off the bench for the Hornets, like Colin Sexton did, I think that he can be that type of player for their team. Like, that can be like a perennial 6 man of the year candidate, because I don't really see anybody in their starting lineup they would take out. I don't see why they would take Miles Bridges out the starting lineup. He's a bigger wing type of player that can defend those bigger bodies and stuff like that. Brandon Miller has the potential to be their best player. LaMelo Ball is their best player right now, and he's their best passer, facilitator, and he initiates the offense and gets everybody in the right spots and gets everybody the ball on time and stuff like that. So Colin Kneppel is like, probably, I think it's going to be Cooper Flag to win Rookie of the Year, but he's one of the better rookie three-point shooters we've seen in a long time. He's a very good overall player that's very underrated already when it comes to just being a good overall player, not just a good shooter. So I really like what the Charlotte Hornets are doing. I like what they were doing before the Coby White trade. But now that they traded for Coby White, I love what they're doing. They are headed in the right direction, and I really like what they're doing for sure. Cam Thomas on the Lakers would be fired, bro. You saying something with that, man? You really saying something with that, bro? Because I completely agree. Okay, let me fix this on the screen right quick. Completely agree with you, brother. Let's make it a little bit smaller. Hey, chat, is the chats is the highlighted chats on the screen? Is it too big to y'all? Nah, that's about right there. That's a little bit better, I think. All right, there we go. Y'all let me know if it's too big or not, or if it's like, y'all let me know how y'all feel about that. But yeah, guys, as y'all coming in, man, y'all be sure to drop a like, subscribe if y'all new, guys. Buff can get more minutes now. Gabe gone, or will we sign CP3? I hope we don't sign CP3. I hope we don't do that. That would be a bad move. If you were to sign CP3 over a guy like Highsmith that's out there, or even sign Kobe Buffkin to just like a standard contract, like, I think you're better off signing Kobe Buffkin, because Kobe Buffkin has been lighting the G League up. And he's not only a good offensive player, he's a pretty good defender as well. I just think he would come in and he can shoot the three, he can initiate offense, he can dribble the ball, he can score. So he can shoot the three as well. So I think that you would be better off. And with his upside over a guy like Chris Paul got like, this might be his last season. Now, if Chris Paul was to come, if you was like to make a trade and get some other guys would go out and you would have a couple extra roster spots, I'd understand you bringing in Chris Paul to just be like a locker room guy. But at the same time, let's see. Okay, nothing NBA. At the same time, what is this? Why is this? Okay. So yeah, at the same time, I can see like why they wouldn't want to do that as well, because the Clippers literally sent Chris Paul home because I think he was probably starting too much stuff in the Clippers locker room, and I don't think they really like that. So I'm not really a big fan of bringing in Chris Paul. Maybe last year, but I think that ship is sailed with Chris Paul playing with the Lakers. I just think it's sold a long time ago. I do think somebody will probably pick him up, but I don't think, I hope it's not the Lakers. If they do, I'm hoping it's something to where like they just have him to just like be on the bench and kind of locker room guy. But I don't even know if he's even suited to do that at this stage of his career. Utah got Jaren Jackson and gave up nothing but picks for real. I do like Walter Clayton Jr. a lot. They gave up Walter Clayton Jr., the point guard. He was in a rotation for them as well. He had potential, but the way that Keontae George and Isaiah Collier are playing, and the way that they look like they're gonna like play for the rest of their careers for Utah, just the rest of their careers in general, they look like they have a lot of potential, especially Keontae George, obviously. But Isaiah Collier just had a game a couple nights ago where he had 22 assists in one game. That's special. Now, obviously, you have to be making shots in order for a player to get that many assists. But to just find that many guys open and get them the ball on time and on target for them to be able to shoot the ball and get the assist is extremely impressive. 22 assists in a game is crazy. So it's not like it just was an outlier. He's been passing the ball very, very well all season for the Utah Jazz. The Jazz have a very good offensive team. Jaren Jackson Jr. is going to help them on both sides of the ball when it comes to scoring, being able to stretch the floor. And him and Walker Kessler protecting the rim is going to be scary. Next season, when Walker Kessler comes back, if they sign him to an extension this offseason, because he is a restricted free agent, so it's going to be a little bit harder for them to lose him. Okay. So the Denver Nuggets are trading Hunter Tyson in a 2032 second round pick to the Brooklyn Nets for the lesser valuable or lesser favorable of the Clippers/Hawks 2026 second round pick. Sources tell ESPN Denver creates an open roster spot for the buyout market and gets out of the luxury tax. So the Nuggets just did some things salary cap wise. And they open up a spot just in case a player gets bought out and wants to go to Denver. So that's not nothing really crazy, but it's one of those moves. I guess it's whatever. But this last like couple hours of the deadline been kind of dead, bro. You would think it would be more movement going on, but hopefully this last hour is explosive because it's been kind of boring so far. Is Cam Thomas rumored to the Lakers? I haven't seen much. Yeah, I already read that. My bad, but yeah. I don't know. I'd rather get Lonzo Ball, and Lonzo is 6'7", good defender, and he's a clutch client. I would much rather have Lonzo Ball over Chris Paul. If you literally asking me which player I would prefer to have on my team, or Lonzo Ball or Chris Paul, I'm 1000% going with Lonzo Ball. Lonzo Ball is younger. Lonzo Ball is a better defender. He makes some high IQ plays as well. Now, will his jump shot be falling? I don't know. And that can hurt as well. But I still would much rather have him over Chris Paul. You said the Wizards won the deadline. I don't know if the Wizards won the deadline. Because maybe they did, but I still think that the moves that I like what Charlotte did, I like what Cleveland did as well. I like Cleveland getting James Harden. I think that legit gives them a better chance to win this season. Especially in the Eastern Conference. And on top of all of that, chat, the Boston Celtics getting Nikola Vučević, that still hasn't even been it hasn't been locked in yet. Like it hasn't been, what's the word I'm looking for? It hasn't been finalized. The deal hasn't been finalized. So I don't know if that deal actually went down yet. But the Wizards definitely had a good trade deadline. Don't get me wrong. Getting Anthony Davis and stuff like that definitely was a good move. But the Boston Celtics are trading Josh Minott to the Brooklyn Nets. Is that the reason why they cut Haywood Highsmith? I swear, they better not get Cam Thomas for Josh Minott. It's no way the Celtics get Cam Thomas for Josh Minott, bro. There's no way. I hope not. CP3 ain't never getting that farewell tour. Probably not. Denver might get Chris Paul. That might be a nice dynamic. I don't know, bro. Maybe. Yeah, the Wizards getting Anthony Davis to pair alongside Trae Young next season and Alex Sarr. And they already have a couple young, good young players. They already have a couple of young. I'm pretty sure if Cam Thomas was involved in that trade for Josh Minot going to the Celtics, going to the Nets, I'm pretty sure that Shams would have put Cam Thomas in the tweet, unless they just don't know the full details. Out of all of the people we lost out on Luke Kennard, how you feel about that? I love the move, bro. I love the move in the fact of the Lakers got the #1 3-point shooter in the league this season, right? They upgraded a spot of having Gabe Vincent, who we all know needed to be gone, needed to be out of the rotation a long time ago. You get the best 3-point shooter in the league this season for a guy that was unplayable. So in that regard, that's a W trade. Then on top of that, you save about $500,000 as well. So that make it a little bit easier for you to sign a guy on the buyout market if you was to sign a guy. If a guy became available, or a guy like Haywood Highsmith, you can sign one of those guys if you don't make any other moves. You can sign one of those guys or some type of player that gets bought out, and that might help you from that aspect as well. But I like the move overall. Now, is it a needle-moving move to where like it's going to make the Lakers a championship contender? Of course not. But you can never have too much shooting, and the Lakers needed more shooting. The only reliable 3-point shooter we have that's a role player is Rui Hachimura. Rui Hachimura and Jake LaRavia sometimes, Marcus Smart sometimes. So yeah, those guys are just sometime, and when it comes to shooting the 3-ball, even Gabe Vincent was not a good 3-point shooter either. Like, he wasn't reliable. Every time Gabe shot the ball, I thought he was gonna miss. Like, that's bad. When Rui shoots the ball, I think he's gonna make it. Especially when he's open in the corner. When Jake LaRavia shoot the ball, I'm like, okay, that might go in, or he might airball. When Marcus Smart shoots the ball, I'm like, okay, it might go in, or he might miss. Like, but now when you get a 3-point shooter like Luke Kennard, hopefully he just doesn't just forget how to shoot like some of these players do. The Philadelphia 76ers are trading Eric Gordon and a 2032 second round pick swap to the Memphis Grizzlies. Eric Gordon might get bought out, but Eric Gordon is terrible, bro. He's not. But Dave McMenamin did say that the Lakers are still evaluating marginal moves around evaluating the trade market for marginal moves. So maybe they will make another move before the deadline is up. They still got about an hour left. So if they give up some picks, maybe they do. Wait, what you mean? What you mean, Mike? Nothing really big going on right now. Just a bunch of smaller like salary dumping trades or like getting better pick value or whatever. Like nothing too crazy going on right now. But maybe something will within like the next hour. We got 1 hour left until the deadline, chat. One more hour left until the trade deadline. 1 more hour left. Do y'all think it's gonna be another trade or not, chat? Y'all think it's gonna be another trade? Y'all think it's gonna be another trade before the deadline is up in an hour? Or no? How we feeling? I don't know. The Wolves got Ayo Dosunmu, who should have been a Laker. Yeah, bro. The thing is, the Lakers just didn't have the second round picks. The amount of second round picks that the Timberwolves gave up to get Ayo, the Lakers didn't have them available. They only had one. I think that if the Lakers had multiple second round picks, I think that Ayo Dosunmu probably would have been a Laker. Probably days ago, because reports were showing that the Lakers were interested in Ayo Dosunmu, but I just don't think they had the assets to get him. They just didn't have the second round picks to get him. And I don't think you want to give up a first round pick for Ayo Dosunmu. Okay, there it goes. So the Celtics and Bulls trade has been finalized. Anthony Simon goes to the Bulls with the 2026 second round pick, and Nikola Vučević and the 2027 second round pick goes to the Celtics. So that trade was finalized. Bro, this is killing me. The Milwaukee Bucks actually think they're gonna. Bro, I don't know who's running the Milwaukee Bucks Twitter page, But do they actually think they're going to be able to hold on to Giannis? Like, do they actually think they're going to be able to hold on to Giannis? We need Pelinka to make something shake. Have to get Cleveland and DK off the roster 100%, bro. 100%. If you can figure out a way to get Dalton and Cleveland off the roster, even if you have to improve, hopefully you can include a first round pick and get like a guy like Andrew Wiggins or something like that, something along those lines. But the money, obviously, I don't think the money matches with that type of deal, but hopefully like a Sadiq Bey type of move or something like that, and you can get those guys off your books and get back an actual rotational player. Now, I don't think you include a first round pick for Sadiq Bey, but you use those guys to get some type of upgrade, kind of like the Lakers did with getting off Gabe Vincent and getting an upgrade for Luke Kennard. They need to make another move like that. And I think even though it won't be like a phenomenal, fantastic trade deadline, but if you get like a Sadiq Bey, and then like you get Hayward Highsmith off the buyout market or another player off the buyout market that can come in and kind of contribute and be a rotational player, be an actual NBA caliber player, that'll be a pretty good trade deadline, so to speak. They said Rui Hachimura was safe and he's not going to get traded. That's what was reported earlier. So I'm guessing that the Lakers are going to try to extend Rui. But Rui off the bench has been pretty valuable. Now, Rui as a starter, I don't know about that. The Nuggets are converting swingman Spencer Jones from a two-way to a standard deal. Okay. Spencer Jones will be converted to a regular contract. Hey, Chad, let me ask y'all this. Do y'all think that Luka and Giannis will work together? Do y'all think that Luka and Giannis will work together? How y'all feel about that? Do y'all think that Luka and Giannis will work together? I don't know. The pick and roll would be good. Eric Gordon got traded. Yeah, he's probably going to end up getting bought out. Hey, Chad, y'all want to know another under the radar move I wouldn't mind the Lakers making? I wouldn't mind. Actually, I don't know if the money will work now that you traded Gabe Vincent and used him in a trade for Luke Kennard. But I really, really like Ty Jerome for the Memphis Grizzlies. I really like him a lot. He is a very good player. And the last couple of games since he's came back and been playing, man, he has looked phenomenal. Like Ty Jerome, he's 6'5", he's not a great defender either. So I don't know if the Lakers would do it, but I'm just saying, just in general, I really like his game. He's a good player, bro. What would be OP, bro? Are you talking about Giannis and Luka? Yeah. That's the thing, Tony. This right here. This is my thing. You won't have Reeves most likely. And you would have to give up so much that you really wouldn't have a lot of role players to come in and actually contribute. So the Lakers did such a good job back in 2020 when they did trade for Anthony Davis, surrounding LeBron and Anthony Davis were very good role players and having that two-star build and building around those two stars with those role players. If you were to get Giannis, I would expect for LeBron to come back. So obviously LeBron would be a good player for your team as well. Obviously, I would expect LeBron to come back on a lesser deal. LeBron is not a max player anymore, and I don't think LeBron is going to want to take max money. I think LeBron, if he plays another season, I think he's going to want to take less money and try to have the team build around him and whatever other star he plays with good role players. So I don't know. It's a question mark, but the 2020 Lakers did such a phenomenal job of when they could not get Kawhi Leonard. which I'm glad they didn't, and surrounded LeBron and AD with Danny Green, Avery Bradley. They pivoted to, they got Boogie Cousins, but when Boogie Cousins got injured that offseason, they went and got Dwight Howard. So they did a very good job that season of surrounding the stars with good two-way role players. So I don't know if you're going to be able to do that, though, if you get Giannis. So, yeah. Oh, so Shams reported earlier that the Bucks genuinely believe that they can build a contender around Giannis this offseason. So maybe he won't leave. Maybe he won't. Yeah, maybe he won't leave this summer. Okay. Tatum for Giannis straight up should have happened. I don't know if the Celtics want to do that. Luka and Giannis would definitely work. I think the chemistry would work too between those two players because Giannis is such a good pick and roll player. Luka can play off Giannis with the 3-point shooting and the ability to get to the rim, and the pick and roll between those two would be scary. That two-man game between Luka and Giannis would be scary. So, but it's just the question of, would you be able to surround those guys with the right role players? So yeah, right now, bro, it's kind of slow right now, chat, but we gonna thug it out. Obviously, I'll be live all the way up until the deadline is up and over with. I will have a video out, a more in-depth video out later on today about Luke Kennard as well. And yeah, but I want to show y'all this graphic again. I had this up at the beginning of the stream. Luke Kennard this season is shooting 49.5% from the three-point line, almost 50% from three, 91% from the free throw line. He probably doesn't get there that often, but when he goes, he's going to make the free throws 9 times out of 10. And he's shooting 54% from the field. And sometimes he does pump fake and get to the rim, or pump fake and shoot his little floater or mid-range jump shot. He's very good at creating off of his pump fakes if he does have to pump fake. So he's good at that as well. So this season, nobody has these shooting splits. Nobody has ever done that in a single season. So you're getting an elite 3-point shooter, and you upgraded Gabe Vincent for an elite 3-point shooter. So I definitely give the front office credit for that. But if they don't do anything else, I don't know. Like this isn't a needle moving move, but I do like this move a lot. I will say that I do like this move a ton. This is a great move for the Lakers. They're both ball dominant, need to let Luka be the orchestrator, have to surround him with the right pieces. And see, that's the thing, like, yeah, you are right. But I don't know, bro. I don't necessarily think that Luka can't coexist with another guy that's ball dominant, because he did make it to the finals alongside Kyrie Irving, who's ball dominant as well. And the traction and the dominance inside the paint that Giannis brings to the team would obviously help when it comes to all of the gravity that would be towards Giannis, and Luka would have a lot more open space to work with. So I don't know, bro. It's hard. We'll see. But the key point is, if Giannis is traded to the Lakers, will they be able to surround Luka and Giannis with two-way talent or two-way players? That's the question. So I don't think the Lakers are going to get Giannis. I just highly doubt they will. I don't think it's going to happen. But Luka did get traded to the Lakers as well, so we ain't going to say it's impossible. But I just don't see it happening. Unless Giannis forces his way out of Milwaukee and wants to go to the Lakers, I just don't see it happening. I just think that other teams can offer more for him. I don't see the Lakers getting him. Nah, Buddy Hield? Nah, I don't think so. Oh, here goes a big one. Here goes a big one, chat. Here goes a big one. Now we got to see what the trade is. But this is a huge trade. The Clippers are trading Zubac to the Indiana Pacers. This is huge. This is huge. And this is why he missed last night's game. I guess they knew he was going to get traded. The Clippers could get back a lot of value for him. This could be a multi-team trade. They could get back Ben Mathurin, who could be very good for them as well, who's going to be probably annoying because we're going to be playing against the Clippers a lot as a fan of the Lakers. Yeah, this is a big trade right here. This is a pretty big trade. And this is the reason why he didn't play last night. Now, the Pacers got their center. When Halliburton comes back and they have Siakam and Nembhard and all of these other guys, we'll see what else they trade for him and stuff like that. But I'm hoping the Clippers don't get like Obi Toppin and Ben Mathurin. Like, that's going to be annoying to play against, bro, as Lakers fans. That's going to be annoying. They're going to have a lot of good players. Even with them losing James Harden and Zubac, they probably would come out just as good because if they was to get Ben Mathurin and like Obi Toppin and then they got Darius Garland just a couple days ago as well, like those, and then they get, I'm pretty sure they had to give up multiple first round picks, the Pacers, to get Zubac, right? Or at least one first round pick, right? Probably multiple because that's going to be their franchise center now. So I don't know, man. We'll see. But yeah, Zubac going to the Pacers is definitely going to help them. So we don't have the trade details yet. We don't have the details of the trade yet, but we'll see. We don't have the details of the trade yet, but we'll see what happens. Can be a top heavy and lack depth? Yeah. That has been seen for years now. Exactly. Yeah, this is a pretty big trade for the Pacers, bro. Yeah, now we gotta wait and see the details. Now we gotta wait and see the details of the trade because wait. You trying to tell me this whole time I've been full screen? I've been switching screens the entire time, bro. I mean, I've been clicking on different stuff the entire time with different graphics, and I didn't even know I was still full screen. My bad, chat. I didn't even know. I wasn't even showing the actual trade. That's my bad. I didn't even know I wasn't full screen. I thought I was. Okay. So that's the banger trade that we've been waiting on. Damn, Prospects getting out 50% payout boost? I didn't get that. Oh, they got a LeBron discount going on Prospects. That's GG's. He's not playing good tonight. He's gonna play bad. The Lakers will be without Jackson Hayes tonight too, by the way, chat. All right, so now we got the trade details. So look at the details right quick. Let's look at the trade details right quick. I think I seen 2 first-round picks. 2 first-round picks are in fact going to the Clippers for Zubac. Still waiting word on the players. So 2 first-round picks. Yeah, so the Pacers gave up 2 first-round picks. They gave up 2 first-round picks to get Zubac. Oh, yeah, bro, I hope they didn't get Jarris Walker, bro. Man, bro, the Clippers are so annoying. But the thing is, who's going to be their center, though? Who's going to be their center now? Brook Lopez? They could have got Jay Huff as well. Maybe they got Jay Huff. Yeah, we definitely need to make another move. I will say this, bro, and I do believe this. This Lakers team is good, but obviously it needs another move or two to be like an actual true contender. And I don't think that they need to go like, I don't really necessarily think this team needs like a Giannis. I think they need to just get good role players, good two-way role players around their core. That's all you need, and you can win a championship. If you get Luka, Austin, and LeBron all playing well, and they in the postseason, and they got guys that can get stops or, you know, do the dirty work and play some defense on the other team's best players and knock down some timely shots, you have a chance to win a championship. Now, this roster isn't going to win a championship unless they just go on a magical run or something, but this roster is not good enough to go on a championship run right now. It's not good enough. This make this a little bit smaller. Okay, there we go. All right, so now, chat, we still waiting on the player details, but I'm hoping it's nothing too crazy. I don't think the team that they had now was enough. And maybe they felt that way as well. Maybe that's why they traded him. But the team that they have right now is not enough to win a championship. Or the team that they had with Harden and Kawhi. Like, it's all going to lie on, like, Kawhi's health in the first place. But I don't know what they're going to do at the center position now. Jay Huff is like a top 3 shot blocker in the NFL. In the NBA. So he probably can help you. But I don't know if he's a starting caliber center. Is Jay Huff a starting caliber center? Would you trade Rui Hachimura for Derrick Jones Jr.? Yes. I definitely would trade Rui Hachimura for Derrick Jones Jr. Because Derrick Jones Jr. can be in your starting lineup and he can be that defensive minded wing that you need. That's capable of knocking down the three, that gives you that athleticism. He's definitely a player I would trade. Definitely. Okay. Let's look at the trade details, Chad. We got some details now. Okay, so it's going to be Benedict Mathurin. Which we just said that Benedict Mathurin is going. So was it just Benedict Mathurin and 2 first-round picks? I think it was just Benedict Mathurin and 2 first-round picks. Maybe it was another player thrown in there, but I'm pretty sure if it was, it probably would have been reported by now. So, hey, bro, for the people that for ball knowers, they know Benedict Mathurin a bucket. He definitely is a bucket for sure. So, I guess the Clippers, are they gonna make another move for a center? It's only 30 minutes left, chat. It's only 30 minutes left for the trade deadline. It's looking like the Lakers aren't gonna do nothing else, unfortunately. The way it's looking right now, the Lakers are not gonna do anything else. George Niang to be waived by the. Oh, okay. Isaiah Jackson is going to the Clippers as well. Okay, he's a pretty solid player. Yeah, he'll give him some athleticism, some shot blocking, some lob threading. So he can give him that. But yeah, bro, to answer your question, I definitely would trade Rui for Derrick Jones Jr. 1000%, no question. No question at all. I definitely would do that trade. Highly back next season with Big Zoo, Siakam, and maybe a top 3 pick in the draft. Yeah. Yes. I agree, bro. Hold on. I think I need to extend this more because I don't think your whole entire comment got in there. You think J Huff is a starting center? You think the Spurs are gonna trade for everybody, bro? They're not trading. They're not trading for Kawhi, bro. All right, let me fix this right quick. Okay, we got the full trade details, Chad. Let me fix this right quick, and we should be able to see. Hold on. All right, there we go. All right. Let's see. Yannick Conan, who is that? If Brook Lopez was a starter, so is J Huff. Brook Lopez wasn't a starter though. Brook Lopez wasn't a starter. It was Zubac. J Huff is not better than DeAndre Ayton. Come on, y'all. Come on, bro. He's a better shot blocker. But when it comes to just actually being a starting center, he's not. I don't know if J Huff is that. Like, it's been times that even for the Pacers, J Huff hasn't even finished games or started games. Oh, okay. So the Pacers got Kobe Brown and Zubac. The Clippers got a 2026 first round protected pick, 2029 first round pick, unprotected. A future second round pick. They got Benedict Mathurin, Isaiah Jackson. Okay, they got Benedict Mathurin, Isaiah Jackson. So they got Benedict Mathurin, Isaiah Jackson, and 2 first round picks. One was protected and one's unprotected. Now people are trying to figure out what the protections are. So I guess we'll see that too. This is bad. Lakers getting left in the dust. Yeah, bro, it's not looking too good now. We got 30 minutes left. I don't think the Lakers are going to make any more moves. If they were, they probably would have done it already. Yeah, if they were going to make another move, they would have done it already. I just don't see them doing anything, no. Yep, unfortunately, we might just be. Yeah, I do think that Highsmith is going to get picked up. I do think that Hayward Highsmith is going to get picked up, especially now that teams are saying that. I mean, people saying that he's going to be ready to return next week. I think that he's definitely going to get picked up. Polo, what's good? The first pick going to the Clippers is the Pacers unprotected first round pick in 2029. The other is the Pacers 2026 first round pick protected 1 through 4 and 10 through 30. So the Clippers get 5 through 9, and if the pick falls outside of that range, it converts to the Pacers 2031 unprotected. Damn. Okay. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, Chad. This starting five is crazy. This starting five, wait, hold on, let me go back. This starting five, this potential starting five for the Pacers is crazy. This is a good ass starting five right here. And then on top of that, they still gonna have Jarris Walker, Obi Toppin, T.J. McConnell, which I don't. Well, I'll take that back. I don't know if T.J. McConnell might be a free agent this offseason. And I don't know if he's. I don't know if he's a free agent or not. But they still have. If so, Jarris Walker, T.J. McConnell, Obi Toppin when he's healthy, and then you can now if you have Jay Huff as your backup center, that's a good center rotation. That's a great center rotation. So Jay Huff is a great shot blocker. He can shoot the three. He's athletic. He can dunk the ball. So it's the only question mark with him is his size. That's only does he have enough bricks in his back pocket to stick with some of these bigger centers, the bruisers? That's the question for Jay Huff. But because for example, when they just played against the Houston Rockets a couple nights ago, Alperen Sengun was just moving him around with the greatest of ease and was just getting to his spots and his post ups. And he was scoring or getting fouled and going to the free throw line. That's why Sengun had a 40 and 15 game against the Pacers the other night. So, but when you have guys like Zubac, Sengun can't move him around like that. Yeah. I mean, they did. Why did McMenamin say we are making more moves around the margins? I mean, I guess maybe they're trying to, but maybe just some of these teams don't want what the Lakers are offering. Maybe they're trying to, but maybe just some of these other teams don't want what the Lakers are offering, or maybe they don't want to give something up or something. I don't know, bro. We got 30 minutes left, so the Lakers maybe they've made a move and it has been announced, or if not, they got 30 minutes to go. But all of that, we're gonna wait until the summertime, and then it's the same stuff with the Lakers every single year. They say they're going to wait till the summertime to do this and do that. Teams' prices for certain players absolutely skyrocket through the roof. And that's the reason why they never make moves in the summer. And then they say they're going to save this and save that for the NBA trade deadline to make moves at the deadline. And then the deadline comes around and then they say they're going to make moves in the summertime again. It's the same cycle every single year with the Lakers. It's the same cycle. At least it's been that way since LeBron has been a Laker. So they always say they're going to do this and do that. You have Austin Reeves on a $13-14 million contract this season. You have prime Luka Doncic. You have LeBron James, who's an all-star this year. You need to go all in and try to make moves till you can try to win a championship this season, to give you the best chance to do that. You might, if you make a move for Andrew Wiggins, you won't be the favorite on paper, but you will have a better chance to win a championship this season. And the Lakers always do that. I mean, I would be so happy, Darren. If we did that, I would be extremely happy. That's what I'm saying. And then you're going to lose Kleber this offseason, and you could have used his expiring contract to at least upgrade something. Or maybe they try to, it just won't work. I don't know. But the Lakers probably don't want to include a first-round pick for some of these other moves that can really help them this season. That's probably what they don't want to do. But Cam Thomas has not been moved. And no players from the Miami Heat have been moved either. So yeah, I don't know, bro. We'll see. But man, it's frustrating. All right, let's see, chat. 30 minutes ago. I'm on Twitter to see if we see anything else. But the Lakers are probably just gonna go after Hayward Highsmith. That's probably what they're gonna do. But yeah, Dave McMenamin, it's been over an hour, and he said that the Lakers were gonna, or they were still looking at several around the margin options to enhance the roster. So he said that about an hour and a half ago, and they haven't done anything. So it's about to be rocking it into it, Dome. Pacers got the third pick. Yeah, bro. Yeah, the Pacers are in a good position. The Pacers are in a good position. That might be the last big trade of the day. At least that's how I feel. So we'll see. Kawhi might get traded. If Kawhi gets traded, it'll probably be in the summertime. I don't think the Clippers are gonna trade Kawhi like before the trade deadline within the next 20-25 minutes. I don't think they're gonna do that. I would definitely rather have Andrew Wiggins. I would definitely rather have Andrew Wiggins. No doubt. Definitely rather have Andrew Wiggins. For sure. I would give up a first round pick for Andrew Wiggins. Me personally. Especially now that you made the move for Luke Kennard. I would give up a first round pick for Andrew Wiggins. That's what I would, me personally. Because I think if you add him to this team, he's gonna automatically be a starter, and he really gives you a chance to have one of the better starting fives in the league, and you would really have to bank on like some of the guys coming off your bench and making some timely plays in the postseason. But especially now that you added Luke Kennard, I would definitely give up a first round pick for Andrew Wiggins. You're gonna have this offseason, you're gonna have more eligible or usable or tradable first round picks. I think they get 2 more first round picks this offseason that's actually tradable and usable. So, and I don't think you're gonna get Giannis, bro. It's not gonna happen. The Warriors offered, if the report is true, the Warriors offered 4 first round picks, and Jonathan Kuminga, and I think Draymond Green, I think it was the players that were involved, at least the main players that were involved, and supposedly the Bucks turned it down. You don't have that, so what makes you think they're going to accept that any offer you have, and they didn't accept 4 first round picks from the Warriors? Now, from this aspect, right, you probably would debate it, but I just think that Wiggins is the better player. I think that Wiggins is the better overall player. I think Wiggins still has good athleticism. I think he's a very good defender as well. And I think he's a more polished offensive player. So he could go off any given night 15, 20 points. Derrick Jones Jr. is really not going to do that. He's going to give you defense and athleticism, and he might be able to knock down occasional threes here and there. But I think you'll have a more reliable offensive player in your lineup that's also a good defender as well and got the athleticism too. That's the reason why I lean Andrew Wiggins a little bit more. Oh, wow. So, according to Chris Haynes, the Indiana Pacers made a run at Utah Jazz center Walker Kessler and offered a package highlighted by 2 unprotected first-round picks. It was declined by the Pacers, and they pivoted to Zubac. I mean, it was declined by the Jazz. I think that's what he mean. Yeah, it was declined by the Jazz, and the Pacers pivoted to Zubac. So the Jazz just turned down 2 unprotected first-round picks for Walker Kessler. The Lakers never stood a chance at getting him. The Lakers never stood a chance at getting him. They never did. They never did. That was never going to happen. Walker Kessler would have been crazier than Zubac, in my opinion. With that team, Walker Kessler would have been insane. But Zubac is good too. But on that team, the fit with Walker Kessler would have been insane, bro. Absolutely. Wait. Oh. I mean, yeah, you definitely can make the case to where you definitely can make the case of like we don't need more offense. We need like better defense and lesser like play on a lesser contract. That's fair. That's completely fair. But you know, if you ask me my choice between those two players, I'm definitely leaning Wiggins because I think, like I said, you can never have too many good players or too many good offensive players or too many good 3-point shooters. Especially the fact that Wiggins is a two-way player. It's not like you're trying to trade for him and he's on a hold up, chat, 1 second. Okay, we got another small trade, chat. Um, the Hornets are trading Tyus Jones to the Dallas Mavericks for Malachi Branham. I like Malachi Branham's game too, bro. I just think he needs to be on a decent team. I like his game as well. But that's a smaller trade too. So still nothing for the Lakers, or still nothing too crazy after the Zubac trade. But yeah, when we were talking about, you said Rui and Kleber for RJ Barrett and Chris Paul. Nah, I'd rather keep Rui over RJ Barrett. RJ Barrett isn't reliable with anything. RJ Barrett is not really good at nothing. He's not, well, I'll say this, he's not really great at anything. Like, he's not great at anything. Like, he's one of those players, he needs the ball. You already have multiple guys that's gonna have the ball over him. He's not a great 3-point shooter. And he's not a great defender either. You might as well just keep Rui. At least Rui is good off the bench and he's a great 3-point shooter. I don't look at RJ Barrett as a very valuable player. I just don't. I don't like his game to where I'm like, he's a clear upgrade over a need that you need on the team. I just don't look at RJ Barrett as that. Yeah, mom, it does, man. It does. Unless some players get bought out or you go after like a Hayward Highsmith and Hayward Highsmith ends up being like the same player that he was with the Miami Heat the last couple seasons, that definitely could help. But it's looking like the Lakers are going to be having the same roster, or this roster right here with adding Luke Kennard and possibly going after some buyout players. But as of right now, that's what it's looking like. That's what it's looking like, bro. Okay, so here goes another report from Brett Siegel saying that Ja Morant might be moved before the deadline. So this last 20 minutes could still have something happen. He says that we could see one more big trade before the deadline that involves Ja Morant. The Grizzlies continue to make calls trying to move Morant for value, and the Bucks are still in talks here. So we could see possibly Ja Morant moved within the last 20 minutes. Lakers got Darius Jones Jr. Oh my God. Bro, stop. Stop, bro. Don't do that. Don't troll like that. Don't troll like that, bro. Why is this screen frozen? Oh, it's paused. Darren, don't troll me like that, bro. Come on, man. We supposed to be family. We supposed to be Lakers family. Is the Darius Jones Jr. trade? Where are y'all getting this from? I don't see anybody talking about that. I don't think so, man. But I haven't seen anybody say anything about it. If you going off what Darren is saying, I think he's trolling. I don't think he's being serious. Yeah, if you're going off what Darren is saying in chat, I don't think he's being serious. I think he's trolling as well. Because I don't see anything about it. Okay, Sham said that the Bucks and Bulls expanded their trade for something. Why is this not refreshing? Oh, is it down here? Where is it? Oh, no, I'm not getting excited about that, bro. I know that's kept. So we got about 15 minutes left, chat. Maybe something to happen with Ja Morant. Okay, it says the Bucks and Suns have expanded this to a 3-team deal, including the Chicago Bulls, which sends Jang to Milwaukee and Nick Richards to Chicago. Okay. I mean, yeah, the Bulls do need another center since they traded Vučević. Oh, teams are trying to trade for Kawhi at the end of the trade deadline. What did y'all see this at when y'all talking about Darius Jones Jr. going to the Lakers? Where did y'all see that at, bro? Or were y'all trolling the whole time? I didn't see nothing about it. Yeah, as of right now, I don't see anything else about it. But we have about 15 minutes left. I don't know. We probably gonna be getting that notification here soon saying that the Lakers aren't making any more moves. I guess Twitter is so many people on it right now because of the deadline. It's not working correctly. Darren, why are you trolling, bro? Why are you trolling? Okay, Shams has a let me turn my audio on. He has a update for the end of the trade deadline. So it's about 10 minutes left. I don't really expect nothing crazy to happen for the rest of the deadline, but I want to see if he's talking about specific teams were trying to trade for this guy and it didn't work. I could see Kawhi going to Portland. I definitely could see that. He would fit in well with them too. He would fit in well with Portland. All right. Let's see what Sham's talking about. Let me make sure y'all can hear this.
Zubac is going to the Indiana Pacers. I'm told Ben Mathurin and Isaiah Jackson, as well as significant draft compensation, is going to the Clippers. Still waiting on what that draft compensation is, but clearly the Pacers wanted a center after losing Miles Turner in free agency last offseason. That's what this has been about. They scoured the market searching for centers, whether it was Daniel Gafford, Ivica Zubac, Yves Missi. There was a laundry list of big men that they were looking into and trying to find someone that Tyrese Halliburton was going to be excited about, someone that they could pair with for the next few years once Tyrese Halliburton is back next season from his torn Achilles. But this Tyrese Halliburton, Ivica Zubac pairing is something the Pacers are very excited about. They've landed Ivica Zubac from the Clippers.
They have the Pacers do their center of the future.
I do have details,
okay.
Malika. It's Ivica Zubac and Kobe Brown for 2 first-round draft picks from the Pacers and 1 second-round pick. The first, one of the first is in 2029. It's unprotected from the Pacers, and then there's another one from this year that does have protection.
All right.
Demonis Sabonis is staying with Sacramento.
As well, Shams, thank you very much for that insight. We'll let you get back to work.
I mean, we already knew that though. If he was going to get traded, it would have happened one of those days he was out, listed as questionable. All right, chat. It's looking like it's up. It's looking like it's finna be over with. So I don't think Sham stay clean. He do. He fits well in San Antonio as well. I mean, sure, bro. Yeah, sure. Yeah, it's looking like it's pretty much over with now, chat. We got 10 minutes left, so maybe something to happen right at the buzzer. But as of right now, it's looking like it's pretty much over with, so we'll see. So Zubac going to the Pacers, that's been the biggest move of the day so far. If you're excluding like Giannis is not getting traded news-wise, but actual trade-wise, Zubac going to the Pacers is pretty big. I think that's a big move for them because they didn't have a center, obviously, like Sham said, after they lost Miles Turner. And when Halliburton comes back next season, their starting 5 is going to be just as good as it was last year with Miles Turner. Now, Miles Turner gives them that versatility of three-point shooting and rim protection, but Zubac got like such a big body. He's a pretty good defender as well. He was second team all defense just last season. So he's a pretty good defensive big as well. And then on top of that, you know, Halliburton will be back. Hopefully he'll be healthy. Andrew Nembhard has been phenomenal this season. He was good last year too. Aaron Nesmith is a very good player. Very good two-way player. And then same thing with Pascal Siakam. So the Pacers deadline was pretty good if you ask me. That's a pretty good move for the Indiana Pacers. It definitely wasn't dead. The deadline definitely wasn't dead. These last couple of days has been a lot of action. Now, overall, since the trade window or the trade season opened on December 15th, it was a long time. It felt like it was no movement at all. Like, The only thing that really had happened was Trae Young going to the Wizards, but that's pretty much it. So yeah, it's looking like that's pretty much it. I'm just waiting on that notification that the Lakers are not making any more moves. And yeah, I mean, I guess the next thing that they need to do is go after Hayward Highsmith or see what other players get bought out. But as of right now, the Lakers are going to just have Luke Kennard be their lone move right now this trade season. Where would Ja be a good fit? Milwaukee, Miami. Yeah, those are the two teams off top of my head. Probably some other teams as well, but what? Mike Malone said the Lakers had the worst rim protection in the league. Brother, y'all literally have Jonas Valanciunas and Jokic on the Nuggets. You aren't the coach there no more, but you should know that. Like, what? Okay, Chris Haynes just said, for those who are wondering, the Los Angeles Clippers are not moving Kawhi Leonard. So Kawhi is not getting traded. So yeah, it's looking like it's pretty much over with now, chat. I'll give it about another 10 minutes because usually sometimes it says like deals might have been being worked on and they're being finalized, and then like they may be announced a little bit after the deadline, but as of right now, I don't really see nothing else going on. I don't see no rumors or nothing happening. Except for the Ja Morant rumor we seen about 20 minutes ago. Now, if the Lakers were to go try to get Derrick Jones Jr., I mean, that would have helped, but I just don't see it happening. Yeah, Hayward Highsmith was very good with the Miami Heat. He was very good, especially defensively. Kawhi still made a mistake not joining the Lakers a couple years ago, by the way, Chet. He could have joined the Lakers in that 2020 season. He decided to go to the Clippers and try to say it was his city and all that shit, and end up losing to the Nuggets, a 3-1 lead, never making it to the finals, never winning the championship, and the Lakers won the championship. So he definitely made a mistake not going to the Lakers instead of going to the Clippers. I don't know why he did that. That was such a bad decision. But it is what it is, I guess. It is what it is, I guess. Overall, y'all, I think it was a pretty decent last couple of days of the deadline. Kawhi and Paul George thought they was gonna do something at the Clippers. Yeah, they really did. They really did thought they were gonna do something. Or they really did think they were gonna do something, should I say. They really did, because I remember when I got the notification, it was a trade that happened at like 1 o'clock in the morning for Paul George being traded to the Clippers. It was a trade that it happened at like 1 o'clock in the morning. And it surprised everybody. So when people seen that happen, they was automatically jumping to the conclusion that the Clippers were going to win the championship. They were the favorites and all of that. So, and then the first game of the season happened with the Clippers and the Lakers, and the Clippers won. So, yeah, man, it was crazy. But yeah, he definitely made a mistake. Never forget when the Clippers and Lakers shared the same arena, and they used selfies of their players to cover up the 17 Lakers championship. I didn't even know that. That's wild. One minute left, chat. I'm surprised like David McMenamin and none of these other guys have said nothing about like the Lakers are not going to make any more moves and they'll focus on the buyout market or whatever. They always say that shit at the end of the deadline.
Gabe Vincent being traded to the Hawks. It don't say. For Jalen Johnson, look at him.
Gabe Vincent.
For Luke Kennard.
You gotta shoot. You gotta shoot.
What are the Lakers doing? Seems like nothing now. All right, Chad, it's 2 o'clock now, so I'll give it about another 5 to 7 minutes to see if any like thing happened and it didn't get materialized or didn't just get announced and stuff is still being finalized at the last second, because that has happened before as well. But as it's looking right now, it just looks like the Lakers are just going to be making that move for Luke Kennard for Gabe Vincent. That's what it's looking like. I just don't see how they couldn't have done anything involving like Sadiq Bey or another defensive minded or another 3-point shooter, another two-way player at the wing position. You don't necessarily have to go get Wiggins or anything like that. So I don't know. Maybe the fact that they didn't have no more second round picks hurt them. Yeah, but if they could have done that, man, that would have been real nice. Yeah, the deadline for the Lakers, yeah, overall, I think it was a bad deadline, yeah. Yeah, overall for the Lakers, I think it was a bad one. I think it's good in the fact of, like, you did upgrade the position or upgrade a roster spot and got off Gabe Vincent. You got off Gabe Vincent and you upgraded and got Luke Kennard, who's a very good 3-point shooter and the best 3-point shooter in the season in the NBA this season. Wait, hold on. Let me see what NBA trade deadline reported. But Zubac going to, there will be no Domantas Sabonis trade. He's sticking in Sacramento. Okay, yeah, we seen that from Ari report. People be saying Ari don't have no sources, but Ari reported this like an hour ago. He already said that. NBA trade deadline is over. Miami, San Antonio, Houston are the only teams to not make a move. That's crazy. Miami, San Antonio, and Houston are the only teams to not make a move. They were saying Miami was trying to make a move earlier today, but I guess whatever they were trying to do didn't work. Obviously, it didn't. It's okay, Red. I got a spot for you on the Spurs. Bro, I don't need no spot, nigga. What? Y'all niggas ain't won nothing in years. I don't need no spot on the Spurs. But I'm surprised no other reporters have said nothing about like no other deals are gonna be made or anything like that. Probably give it a few more minutes and they will. Give it a few more minutes and they will. But yeah, Chad, the biggest deal today was Ivica Zubac going to the Pacers. When the oh no, that was about 15 minutes ago. That wasn't, I said an hour. When Tyrese Halliburton gets healthy next year, bro, the Pacers are gonna be, because right now, even though the Pistons have the best record, which I feel like they probably should have did a little bit more as well, they did get Kevin Huerter. If they would have got Luke Kennard, now that would have been crazy for them. If the Pistons would have got Luke Kennard, now the Lakers getting Luke Kennard, it helps the Lakers, but it doesn't really make them like a title favorite or just like put them in another tier. But at the same time, like the Pistons are the best team in the Eastern Conference. They got the second best record in the league, and they are a very good defensive team. And they need shooting. That's what they need. If they could have did something to get Luke Kennard, it would have been better for them to get Luke Kennard than Kevin Huerter. So I don't know. Maybe they didn't pay attention to Luke Kennard. I don't know. I don't know why they wouldn't try to do something like that. Your whole feed sports betting. Oh yeah, that's all it is. It's sports betting and sports. That's all it is. I don't know, bro. The thing is though, that's me. I don't know why you're worried about that. Like, bro, why are you worried about what my feed is on sports betting? That's none of your concern. Why are you worried about that? I win, bro. You need to stop worried about me sports betting. That should be none of your concern. If you're not wanting me to help you or wanting a pick or two or some type of information or some type of advice, you shouldn't be worried about me sports betting, dog. That's my concern, not yours. I knew we weren't going to do anything. Yeah, I kind of had a feeling once it got around that hour left mark, I knew we weren't going to do nothing else. I was surprised about the Luke Kennard trade. I was surprised about that. I'm not going to lie. I didn't think the Lakers were going to do anything like that. But what the Lakers need to do now, they need to go after Highsmith. Highsmith, the reason why I wasn't adamant about the Lakers trading for him, even though I've talked about him in some of my previous videos on if the Lakers are trying to go get something involving a Brooklyn Nets player, then it needs to include Highsmith because of his two-way ability, right? But the question mark was, is he going to be healthy? And when is he going to play? That was the question mark. That was the major question mark. Now that they said he'll be ready to play next week on the 11th, he'll be ready to return, the Lakers need to go get him. They have extra money since they saved $500K in the Gabe Vincent and Luke Kennard trade. You can use that and maybe a little bit more to sign Highsmith for the rest of the season. He would have a spot in the rotation. He definitely would play in the rotation, right? So I don't know exactly what they would pitch to him or whatever, because he definitely wouldn't start probably. But we don't know how healthy he's going to be, but that's a risk you have to take. You need two-way players, and he definitely is a two-way player. Yeah, I don't necessarily think he was the... What? Wait, hold up. No way. This not a trade or none, y'all. I'm not trying to like over exaggerate. The Nets are waiving Cam Thomas, allowing the scoring guards to enter free agency. The Nets made the decision to allow Thomas to find a new home. They are waiving him. They just cut Cam Thomas. Just cut him? You trying to tell me you couldn't find nothing for him? Now, bro, that's crazy. They were saying he probably get moved. But see, yesterday, I thought he was going to get traded because he's not even with the team right now. They're playing against, or the Nets are playing against Orlando tonight in Orlando. And there was reports yesterday from Jake Fischer saying that he was not with the team yesterday. So obviously he knew something was going to happen. He probably thought he was going to get traded, but obviously I guess they couldn't find a trade for him and they decided on to waive him. Bro, Cam Thomas could be one of the better scorers in the league, bro. Just waiving him is crazy. Not getting nothing back from him is insane. Now, I don't think the Lakers are going to get him, especially with him getting waived. Who knows? Maybe. But I doubt it. But one thing that possibly could happen, I don't know, man. That's crazy. The Nets waiving Cam Thomas is crazy, bro. Ain't gonna lie, he played bad basketball in my opinion. Yeah, but he's always been on a bad team as well. He's always been on a bad team as well. So, I don't know, bro. Maybe with like, if he goes sign with a good team, or if he goes signs with a team that has some stars on him or stars around him, maybe he can come off the bench and be like a six-man type of player. I don't know. I don't know what he wants. That's the question. Like, does he want to go to a team that he actually can try to win, or does he want to go to a team to where he can put up some all-star type numbers and probably get like a max contract? Is that what he wants? It just depends on what he wants. He's a good player. He's a good player. He can score the ball at a high rate. But I don't know, bro. I don't know if he's a great fit for the Lakers. I cannot believe he got waived. That is crazy to me. I can't believe they just waived him like that. Now, I'll tell you another player that's probably going to get bought out. DeMar DeRozan. The Kings not trading Malik Monk, DeMar DeRozan, or none of these guys is kind of crazy. He like that old head at 24-hour fitness who still think he is in his prime and don't pass. Yeah, but actually, yeah, he actually can score, though. He actually can score the ball, though. He ain't just out there shot chucking. They probably didn't. They probably didn't have choices. You say he's a free agent, that's why? What does it have to do with them just cutting him? You usually don't see teams cut players that are Cam Thomas's age. Let's see something right quick. You usually don't see teams cutting players like him. You usually don't see that. 6'3", he obviously he's kind of undersized. He's 24 years old. He's a 24-year-old averaging 16 a game, and 3 assists a game. Now his shooting splits this year, I know they're bad. But I'm trying to tell y'all, I've watched some of their games this year, and I don't think that the Brooklyn Nets coach liked him. I don't think he liked him too much. He wasn't playing at times he should have been. Like, it was games that Michael Porter Jr. would be out, and they still would bring Cam Thomas off the bench and not play him heavy minutes. But he's 24 years old. Why are you playing him 19 minutes? Why? In a situation where you're not going to win because you're the Brooklyn Nets and you're horrible. You're not trying to win, so you might as well just play this man all the minutes he wants. But it's like they weren't really trying to help him. That's what it seemed like to me. He's having his worst shooting percentage season this year. He's not a great three-point shooter. But the last couple of years, he's averaged over 20 a game. I remember he was on a tear last year when he first came back from one of his injuries when he came back last year. He was on a complete tear. He dropped like 25 plus in like 8 straight games or something like that. It was something crazy like that. So he's definitely capable of lighting up the scoring sheet. Cam Thompson better than Gabe? Oh my God, it's not even close. Even though Gabe doesn't play for the Lakers anymore, they traded him earlier for Luke Kennard. But he's definitely better than Cam Thomas. I definitely can see Rob Pelinka trying to take a chance on a guy like Cam Thomas, though. I definitely can see that. Do you think Rob Pelinka's a bad GM? I don't think he's a good GM. per Jake Paul. Um, but yeah, Haywood Highsmith needs to be the target the Lakers go out to chat, because unless another player gets bought out or cut like out of nowhere, I don't know. But Haywood Highsmith is the best two-way option you got if you're not gonna go make another trade. It's 10 minutes past the deadline. So, but none of the reporters have said that the Lakers are done making moves yet. So maybe they're still working on something and it just hasn't been finalized. That's me. I appreciate the $2 super chat, but I'm about to take this super chat off the screen real quick because it's crazy that you're putting that on my screen. Somebody said Shams after a long day of doing nothing. What you mean doing nothing? He did do something. Do you think we waive Dalton Connect and go for 2 buyout players? Okay, Brett Siegel just put out a report about Ja Morant. Let's read that right quick. Nah, I don't necessarily think they're gonna just waive him, bro, because he's not gonna be a free agent this summer. Dalton Connect ain't gonna be a free agent this summer, and you might be able to use him in the deal this summer, maybe to sweeten the deal or something. I don't know. I think that'll be bad asset management. Now, another reason why Cam Thomas was cut, because he's gonna be a free agent this summer for the Nets. That's the reason why I think they cut him. So Brett Siegel said Ja Morant remains with the Grizzlies. Grizzlies will revisit conversations in the summer. I really didn't see him getting traded either. Who's even in the buyout as of right now? The players that have gotten bought out. You have Haywood Highsmith. You have Mike Conley. You have Lonzo Ball. And I think Chris Boucher, But it could be some other players that get bought out too. Like Chris Middleton got traded to the Mavericks yesterday. He might get bought out. Chris Middleton was playing good this season. The last couple of games, Chris Middleton has been good. I had a graphic of him, yeah. So this is Chris Middleton's stats. Wait, hold up. This is clickbait. This should say 2018. That's clickbait. I got clickbaited, bro. But I do know for sure that Chris Middleton has put up some pretty good numbers this season since he's came back and played, especially since CJ McCollum got traded. He's put up some good numbers this year in some games. So I still would think that Haywood Highsmith would be the main target that you would go after, me, in my opinion, at least. Damn, Jalen Green is hurt again? But yeah, I wouldn't. That would be the guy I would go after, at least for right now. Where are you getting this from? Lakers got Derrick Jones Jr., bro. Where are you getting this from? Sham said no teams were willing to make a serious offer for Ja Morant. If the Lakers got Derrick Jones Jr., why hasn't it been reported yet? I made it to the big screen, bruh. Yeah, Lonzo probably will go to the Hornets though. I can see that. I can see him going to play with his brother. and maybe being a rotational player for the Hornets. I can see that because they did lose. They lost Colin Sexton and they lost Trey Mann as well. So they'll need more guard depth. And they lost Pat Connaughton. Pat Connaughton he's washed. He's not good anymore, but they'll need more depth on their team. They'll need to fill some roster spots, so they'll probably sign Lonzo and see what he can do for their team. Because they do kind of have a different type of offense opposed to the Cavaliers. So I really like what Charlotte is doing, by the way. That Kobe White move was great. But I tell you what was annoying this morning when I woke up. That Ayo Dosunmu going to the Minnesota Timberwolves move, that was extremely underrated. That was the type of move we needed. If we would have just made an Ayo Dosunmu type of move, I would have felt way better about this deadline. But the Lakers didn't have the assets to get him. The Timberwolves gave up 4 second-round picks or 3 second-round picks or something like that. They gave up multiple seconds to get him. They gave up Rob Dillingham, but I think that Dalton Connect has a brighter future than Rob Dillingham. Like, at least if you go off what they've done so far in the league. Like, Dalton Connect at least showed you flashes last year that he can be a very good player. Rob Dillingham really hasn't done that in the NBA. So you probably would have been able to give up like Dalton Connect in like multiple seconds and get Ayo Dosunmu, but they didn't have the multiple seconds. So I think that's why they missed out on him. Derrick Jones Jr. Why y'all keep talking about Derrick Jones Jr., bro? Am I missing something? I didn't see nothing involving Derrick Jones Jr. with the Lakers. I didn't see it. Yeah, but Haywood Highsmith is definitely a more realistic. I think he's a better fit as well. I think Haywood Highsmith fits your team better too. Now, like, for example, knock on wood, if Austin Reeves was out for longer, or he was out for like more like towards the playoffs or something like that, I can see you going after Cam Thomas heavy. I can really see that. But don't get me wrong, I wouldn't mind Cam Thomas being on the Lakers, coming off the bench and providing a scoring punch or whatever, 3-point shooting or whatever. I definitely wouldn't mind it. But I think Haywood Highsmith is more of a need because of his defense, his defensive versatility, and his ability to shoot the three. He is what you need. He's the type of player, the caliber of player, or I'm not the caliber, but the type of player you need on this team for sure. Nah, bro, I'm seeing what he said. Oh, okay. I don't know why he kept on bringing him up, bro. I was confused. All right, Chad, I guess we'll go a little bit longer, but I'm surprised nobody has said anything about bro, Darren, bro, stop trolling, dog. I'm surprised nobody has said anything about like the Lakers actually not making any more moves, and that usually comes out every year. I will say this though. Rob Pelinka, bro, and I'm gonna close out with this pretty much, chat. Rob Pelinka, bro, has done a very, very mediocre at best job with this team ever since LeBron has become a Laker. When it comes to making the right moves, and when it comes to, for example, I'm gonna give y'all an example because I know a lot of people don't like LeBron, so they try to make excuses for everybody else except for him. But the fact that they had 2 first-round picks over the last couple years, and they used those first-round picks actually in the draft on 2 players that are not a part of their future plans. Jalen Hood-Schifino was a complete miss. He was so bad he's out of the NBA now. He's not even on the NBA roster, and he was just drafted 2 years ago. You could have used that first-round pick in a trade. And then on top of that, you drafted Dalton Connect, who showed some flashes last year that he can be good. But he's been on the bench the whole season. And you're looking to trade him too. So those are the type of moves that Rob Pelinka, and then on top of that, like not being aggressive and using those picks and trying to save them and trying to have future flexibility and saving it for the free agency, or trying to save it for a big splash in the summertime, and you never do shit in the summertime, and then you come back and say, we're going to do this at the trade deadline, or we're going to do this, and then you never do nothing at the trade deadline either. Not consistently enough, at least. So Rob Pelinka has been very inconsistent on what he's been saying he wants to do and coming through and executing those plans. He has not done that, and that's what makes you not a good GM. Now, the Luke Kennard for Gabe Vincent trade was good in my opinion, but this team, bro, you have prime Luka Doncic, and you have an all-star level LeBron James, and you have an ascending star player in Austin Reeves that's on a $14 million contract, and you couldn't do anything this season to like move the needle and really make this team better on paper. You're going to be banking on your star players playing at an all-time level in order to try to carry you through the playoffs. That might not happen. So, I don't know. I just think that Rob Pelinka, they just didn't do enough. They didn't do enough in the offseason, and they didn't do enough at this deadline to move the needle for the Lakers. Yo, if you knock and make my dog bark again, we're going to have serious problems. I was just knocking on wood, bro, for good fortune. But yeah, I think that's pretty much it, chat. I am going to go record a video about Luke Kennard here in a second. I'm going to go eat something first. I'm going to record a video about Luke Kennard. I'm going to get that up. And then I'm going to go play some Call of Duty because a new update came out today. Hey, that's me. Have you been watching any of the update for Call of Duty? Did the new map come out? Let me know, bro. Hey, bro. Hey, Darren, I agree. If Rob Pelinka treats this Luka era like he treated the LeBron era, the Lakers might not win the championship. They might not. It's that simple. Like, Luka wants to win. And if you're not doing everything you can do to win at every single window you get the opportunity, like, it's going to be much harder. It's going to be much harder to build around a team with Austin Reeves being on a $30 million contract, Luka being on a max contract. Now, if LeBron comes back to the Lakers, he'll definitely take a pay cut. But it's going to be much harder to build on a team like that. And you can't even do it when Austin Reeves is on a $13 million contract or $14 million, however much Austin is making. You can't even do that now. They may not even keep Luka. They just extended Luka before the season started. What you mean? He's gonna be here for at least the next couple years. Luka's gonna be here for the next couple years. He just signed an extension just this past offseason. It was a 3-year deal with a player option for the 4th season, but he's still gonna be here for at least a couple more years. All right, chat. I'm gonna go get ready to make this video. Love y'all, man. Appreciate y'all. Lakers trade for Luke Kennard in a trade involving Gabe Vincent in a 2nd-round pick. So, yeah, I think so, Devontae. I think the Lakers should fire Rob Pelinka. I think they should go in another direction going into the offseason and get somebody that I think that has better relationships with everybody around the league, because I don't think that Rob Pelinka has that. And I think that's the reason why he hasn't been able to do certain deals. And when you are the GM of the Lakers, you need to have you need to have good relationships with most of the league. I don't think a lot of GMs in front offices like Rob Pelinka. And I think that hurts the Lakers. So I will have a video up later on, guys, a more in-depth video about Luke Kennard and my full opinions and thoughts on us trading for Luke Kennard and us not really doing nothing else for the rest of the deadline as well. Love you guys, man. Appreciate y'all. W stream. Thank you guys so much for watching today's live stream. If y'all are new, y'all hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. And I will see you guys later. Y'all have a good day.